going to be visiting with my friend Rusty Harden, who is an artist that is from Tip City, but also has a studio here at Front Street. And Rusty has done a lot of things with her art. She is an author, she is an artist teacher, and she really appreciates nature. And one of the things she'll be doing for our climate show is to do art involving trees. So I happened to spot this on her gallery wall and thought it was a great example. Rusty has been a friend of mine for quite some time. She's very active in the community, and I'm going to introduce her now.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for coming to Roots Wings studio today. We're going to go upstairs and do a watercolor painting demo, so come on up.
So, you know, watercolor is so much fun to do. I've spent a lot of time the last few years trying to get a good handle on it. My favorite subject is trees, telling the stories of nature walks and feeling secure in nature, and I like to try to convey that kind of peacefulness in my paintings. I have a series called Woman in the Woods, and that's what she does. You know, you can't tell if she lives there or she doesn't, but you want to be there with her. But you know she's got to be by herself. So anyway, so this was one of the winter shots from where I was walking after it snowed a week or so ago. So yeah, this is going to be nice. Art's always been a part of my life. I know that this exhibit about the climate is going to be at the Woodbourne Library in March, and climate matters. You know, I don't think as we live our lives we really get the full impact of the changes that'll happen, and we know areas that have more of a, I don't know, probably an extreme climate compared to us. Maybe we might be more middle of the road, but regardless, we are affected by this change, whether it be the food or, you know, whatever happens, the wildlife that we all depend on for our life sustaining, and, you know, just for the whole balance, right? But so to be able to convey it and tell the story in art is pretty exciting. Like I said, I've always just been interested in art. It was libraries, because my school didn't have art classes, and I needed to know things. So I spent so much time checking out books and getting books at the library to kind of find out how to do this. And I gotta tell you, I probably didn't read that many, but I looked at a lot of pictures. And so if I had to list my list of greatest influences, because I didn't have art and didn't do college with art, library books are my teachers. So the value of the library cannot be stated enough. And then all the services and, you know, that they offer just to give people life, you know. But anyway, so in my painting, you know, I've got this drama dark and this drama light, and it's going to come in and suggest a few colors here in a minute. And, you know, look, you know, this happened to be a really bright sunny morning after the big snow, and so it's going to be a lovely bluish, purplish glow into it. It's going to be pretty. So, yeah, just got to love our earth while we have it and do what we can now. Because, like I said, you know, earlier, you know, we may not be aware of all the changes, but our families will, you know. And whoever is in my future generation, I love as much, love them as much as the ones that I'm with now. So you just gotta do the right thing by us. Okay, just going in here, pop up some color, and look, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it, and support your local library. And stop in and see the exhibit in March. It's the Woodbourne Library. Thank you so much. I am just the bare bones self-taught, although I've had a couple community classes with the watercolor, because I painted in oils and acrylics prior to that. Couldn't really get a handle on watercolor, but the community classes. So I just took a class and said watercolors like me, and I work really hard. I pay a lot of attention. I listen and work really hard. I have a studio up in Tip City, and I've decided about 20 years ago to be an artist. as a profession, and that's where I made my home base. So so I've just kind of grown from there, and I still primarily work out of my studio in Tip City, and about anything that I do, Tip City comes back. You know, here in the Miami Valley, it's my home base, and now I've opened a gallery down at Front Street here in Dayton. We have our first Friday events and third Sunday events, and we're always open to the public for those, and always by appointment here. I think it's a privilege and an opportunity to share the work of other artists and help bring them along. So that's why we're here, and I have a studio upstairs here to work in, and so that's where we are. That's where we are here today. But yeah, definitely, my education came out of the library. Really did. I mean, the library has CDs now. It's so much more than what we had then. You know, we had the CDs, so you could watch demos, and you know, there's so many magazines are out available that you can go in and get. I don't think we had those as much back then, so you can stay really current on events. What they have available on the internet through the libraries, there's so much. There's so much. You can get an education, a baseline education on so many things, or just your interests. You know, they're just there. So.
Right. Now, I know that you're going to have, speaking of the library, you're going to have some artwork in the climate awareness exhibit. What kind of inspiration did you use for that piece that you're going to have on display?
Well, I take a lot of woodland walks. That's my getaway time. So I'm along the Great Miami River. So that is where the pieces that I put in, they're going to be the banks of the Great Miami River. I have one of an early winter one that had a sunset, and the thing is, the sunset's behind me, so all the trees and stuff on the other side are just a really warm glow. It was just before sunset, so it's just phenomenal color. And then I'm doing this one here that has the snow, and that's my connection to the nature. I find in beauty where it's local. You know, you can go far away and find it, but believe me, it's in our very own backyards. The park systems we have here, the metro parks, and then I'm up in Miami County, the Miami County parks. You don't have to go far to learn everything you need to know and to enjoy all the beauties. You know, we have so much in our own backyards.